So it's been a little while since I made a bus video. I've done a ton of work on the bus, but I just haven't made a video for quite a while. So I thought today I'd kind of recap a bunch of the stuff that's been done on the bus, which really has been quite a volume of stuff. So last time the video ended with me finishing up the subfloor. Since then, I've gotten all of my electronics, and I have an electronics cabinet, and I've done solar, and I'm about halfway through a roof rack. And anyway, that's where I'm at right now. So we'll kind of give a quick tour of what's going on with that, okay? So the floor is kind of where we left it last time. Since then, it's done a lot of work. I've got this table here that's just for video editing and stuff, so that I can kind of play around with it while I'm on the bus. This is my ARB refrigerator. It usually sits in my car. It's a 12-volt refrigerator. I've had it over a year. It's been running continuously over a year. It is just a fantastic piece of equipment. Like I said, it ran in my car forever, and it's been now in the bus for about the last month and a half. Very, very nice piece of equipment. So, this is my electronics cabinet. Okay? It's freestanding right now because I haven't built the other stuff that goes with it. So the rest of the bus forward will be all the rest of the bathroom, kitchen, everything else. So this stands by itself right now, but it won't when it's done. On the bottom rack here is Lithionics battery. It's lithium iron phosphate battery, 2 of them, 555 amp hours each. So a total of 1100 amp hours of lithium ion batteries. There's the battery management system for it, and that's the shunt for the Victron battery meter. Shunt is right there. On this shelf, I have a MOFI, M-O-F-I modem. It's a Verizon modem, but you can get it on the internet, MOFI. It's just an excellent modem that works much better on the Verizon network than their stupid MiFi units. And it has, you just take so if you have a MiFi, you just take the SIM card out of it, you stick it in this, and then this works exactly the same, except it's much, much, much better. I have a regular Asus router back there. It's just a regular home router. I've got so much stuff connected to the router that I didn't want to use the MOFI router. I wanted to have a dedicated router. So that's the modem, and that's the router. This is Scout Alarm. That's another thing too. I put in an alarm system here. It's got security and cameras and everything, and it seems to be working very, very well. And it integrates with IFTTT, which was very important to me. On the next shelf, there's a Victron energy inverter, 12-volt, 5,000 watt inverter, 220 amp charger in it. I got my bus bars here on both sides, positive bus bar and negative bus bar in here, and a nice 12-volt Blue Seas distribution box with fuses for the different 12-volt things that I have. Over here is a Smart Solar MPPT 250/100. That's made by Victron as well. I've got all Victron equipment in my closet, which is very nice because this is the Venus GX, and that outputs all the data from all of the different Victron equipment, and it integrates it into one place, and then it puts it out on the web where I can see it wherever I am on the planet. So that's really nice. I can monitor my system wherever I am and know what's going on. It's got a couple of cameras. This is the camera for the Scout Alarm. There's a camera on the back too. Those will be mounted someplace different when it's done. This is a panel box for my AC. I've got it right here so far, but it's not wired up yet. I just have one big extension cord coming out of the inverter right now, but I'll wire this up as I go because I just don't know where all my circuits are going to be, so this isn't wired up yet, but I've got it started, and I just got to run the wires into it. Got a couple of computer fans. They run continuously in this little enclosure to just vent air through past the Victron and the solar controller. The solar controller generates a little bit of heat while it's running, that's for sure. And I got another one on the other side. Okay. So now let's go outside and talk about what's going on out there, and that is quite a bit of things going on out here as well. So these are my 4 solar panels. They're made by Canadian Solar, and they're 370 watt panels each. and they're just, they work very, very, very well. They're on the side of the bus right now because I'm just building the solar rack, or the roof rack for the bus. It's gonna have the solar on it. I got these flanges from, they're called Steel Tech, and they're going to come out and then make a nice rack on top of the bus. I installed all those yesterday, and now I'm just working on the piping for that. So very interesting, trying to figure out exactly how to make a roof rack. There's a lot of ways. You can fabricate it all from scratch, which I did not have any interest in doing, so I did not. Instead, I'm going to use this system, and I'll talk a little bit more about that as that goes along. Let's talk just a little bit more about these solar panels, because this is about the neatest thing ever. I'm currently on my cousin's farm, and that's where I have the bus parked. And I needed to, I was plugged into electricity until tomorrow will be 2 weeks. I was plugged into electricity here, but for the last 2 weeks, these solar panels have made every bit of the electricity that I need, and they only get solar for about half the day because they're on the side of the bus. When they're on the top of the bus, they'll get solar for a lot larger percentage of the day. But every day by around 10:30 or 11, the batteries are back up to 100%. And the lowest the batteries have been, there was a couple of days where it was overcast, not making much solar at all. It got down to 70%. And then the very next day, when it was sunny, by 12:30 in the afternoon, the solar had the batteries back up to 100%. But this makes, the highest I've seen so far coming out of these solar panels was about it was 1,280 watts came out of, was the max that I've seen on my solar controller. So this is very exciting, the solar stuff. I can't wait. When I'm completed, there will be 8 solar panels total. So there'll be 4 more, and they're gonna go on the roof rack from the beginning of the roof back to the second vent. And the second vent is gonna have a MaxxAir Max fan in it, and that actually arrived at my house today. And I have to kind of make that back down to the right size to fit in this back vent back here, but I'll have a MaxxAir Max fan back there. Well, I think that's about it. That's about the update for right now. There is a, gonna put a, just a regular home door here. That's one of the next projects. I'm gonna have just a home door here, just a regular double pane window door. It's window top to bottom so that you can see out of it when you're driving, and all that stuff that you need to do when you're driving a bus. I can't think of anything else that needs to be updated on this video right now, but making a heck of a lot of progress on the bus, and this is just one of the funnest projects that I've worked on in my life. It's just been an amazing adventure already. I forgot to also to say that I've got a couple of fans in here, one to come in and one to blow out over here, which is not that big a deal, but it's kind of cool because I've got it all set up on Google. So I put a little Google Home Mini in here, and it's on the Wi-Fi network, and so are the fans. So check this. Oh, turn on bus fans.
Sure, turning on the bus fans.
Which is nice because I can do that from anywhere. Okay, turn off the bus fans.
Okay, turning off the bus fans.
Okay, same with the lights, of course. Okay, turn on bus lights. So anyway, when this is done, it'll be all Googled up, including the MaxxAir Max fan. Stand by for how I made that work. Okay, turn off bus fans. Oh, excuse me.
Okay, turning off the bus fans.
Okay, turn off bus lights.
You got it, turning the bus lights off.
Anyway, that's that. Okay, so I spent the afternoon getting my MaxxAir Max fan to work remotely. Not with a remote control, of course it will do that, but from remote. So I got it all set up to work on Google. So there's the Max fan. It's actually on its back right now. It's gonna go into this spot when I'm done. The main thing that I did was teach it how to do all this stuff using the Logitech Harmony Hub. You can get that for about $69. It will control infrared devices. And if it isn't programmed into its database, you can kind of teach it using the remote from the device. So that's what I've done here. So basically, now I can say, okay, exhaust fan on.
Okay,
Exhaust fan off.
Okay, performing action.
So that's a combination of the Harmony Hub remote and also use an IFTTT to trigger it. So, pretty neat. Now I'll be able to, if my bus is hot and I'm not here, I can turn that on from remote, which was the goal of the day. Now I just need to get it mounted up there.